Hey YouTube, how we doing today? Well, that's right. We got another book review for you today. I know. This one is Bear Grylls' autobiography. So stay tuned right after we roll that intro, and we're going to get into it. Sorry about that. I still am a one-man crew. But hey, today we're going to take a look at Bear Grylls' autobiography called Mud, Sweat, and Tears. Now, before anybody already starts into the screw Bear Grylls, screw survival stuff, screw this, screw that, look, you got to give the man credit. He was the first one out there to hop on the reality survival, TV stuff and do his thing. Now, I love how in his book he basically says, I know I do some dumb things, and I agree with him on this. If it's dumb but it works, it ain't dumb. Alright, I get that survival's a dirty, nasty, fight for your life kind of thing. And I get everyone goes, I just don't want to survive, I want to thrive, but you've got to work your way there. What I liked about his book is he's pretty honest about a whole bunch of stuff, and I hate to say it this way, he does it in a very British kind of way where he's very polite, even though he's pretty pissed off. He talks a lot about his childhood and how his grandmother tried to abort his mom, by doing everything ladies shouldn't be doing back then in order to make the pregnancy go away. And he's like, well, thank God it failed. I'm like, well, yeah. He talks about how he was unruly as a kid. And, his dad, who was very, very influential, basically sent him to a private academy. And that helped shape a lot of his life. I love the fact, I don't know if you can see it that well, there's 3 different areas where there's photos. Some of them are black and white, some of them are in color. I will tell you honestly, there's 3, basically to me, 4 parts of this book. His childhood, his time trying out for the SAS and doing it, his recovering from a parachute injury in the SAS, and getting possessed to climb Mount Everest. So, you got his childhood, the SAS, then you got Everest, and then essentially he touches very briefly on Man vs. Wild and some of the other stuff that he's done. And I love how in here he even says point blank, the big thing that created a huge controversy with Man vs. Wild, he says point blank, I shouldn't have done, but how many of you out there can have a night in a 5-star hotel with your wife and are going to turn it down? For those of you who don't know what I'm talking about, I guess Bear was filming in an area, I think it was Florida, his Everglades episode, and he talked his wife into flying out, so he left the area where he was filming, spent a night in the hotel with his wife, and a whole bunch of people saw him leaving the hotel, and that created the huge controversy that, Man vs. Wild is filmed in a studio, it's filmed against a green screen, he's never in any danger, he's never this, and, he addresses that as well. It's a good read. It's a pretty lengthy read for an autobiography. It's about 401 pages. I know I didn't pay full price for it. I'm trying to figure out. Yeah, wonderful. I got it off of Amazon a while ago, and I just picked it back up again. You can see where the price tag's cut off, so I can't give you an exact quote on this. But down in the description box, I'm going to try to leave a link to where you can buy it. So if it's still available, you'll be able to get it probably cheaply. I love in here how he talks about how he met his wife and, the dating time and all the neat little stuff that they were doing in order to keep, their romance going, and the weird stuff that you look at nowadays in an age of social media, it would never happen back then. And his stuff that he's doing, what he was doing back then to get romance would have never happened nowadays. So that I just found totally interesting. But that's my very quick look at it, guys. It is a really good read. I recently reread it over a weekend just because he kind of grips you in, You read it and you're like, okay, what's next? All right, God, Bear, what'd you do next? All right, wow. And he's, like I said, he's very straightforward about everything. So I gotta, kind of respect that. Now, for those of you who are first-time viewer of this channel, thank you so much for starting off on this one. It is a really good read. I can't wait for, Monkey to read it. And those of you who've watched my channel before, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Yeah, thanks so much for starting off with this one. I know there's a lot of videos out there, and I'm grateful you chose one of mine. Now, somewhere off in one of these two little corners, you're going to see a little symbol. That's going to be our channel symbol. Please go ahead and click on that. That's going to take you right to subscribe. Well, if you haven't subscribed, please click that symbol. I mean, all the cool kids are doing it, so you be one too. After you've clicked on subscribe, please go and click on that bell icon. That's going to notify you every single time we upload a brand new video. Now, speaking of videos, we're going to have two pop up either on that side of the screen or that side. Not exactly sure which side I'm going to put them on yet. But you know what, guys? That's my quick, really overview, book review, whatever you want to call it, of Bear Grylls, Mud, Sweat, and Tears. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope you have an incredible day today.